All right, good morning, good evening, good afternoon, whenever you're watching this. So today I'm going to be making my way back down to Walt Disney World. However, this time around we're going to be driving on down. Um, See how long it takes. Should be about 15, 20 hours. Definitely going to stop in the middle. And I am making this trip down in a Tesla Model 3. Originally I was going to drive my Ford Explorer down. However, there were some issues with it, so I ended up getting myself a Tesla instead. But yeah, we'll see how this goes, see how long it'll take, and see how many times I have to stop, and yeah, document the whole experience, see how it goes. All right, and before we finish up our charge here, I had to stop at the Wawa that's just right there. We're in the Wawa parking lot. Got myself a nice caramel latte to get me all charged up for our nice commute. Says about another 30 minutes or so to finish the charge up, and then we'll be on our way. All right, all charged up. So now it's going to route us and tell us exactly where to stop for our charging and everything like that. So here's like a list of everything we have to stop at before we get there. Looks like the first one will be in Washington, D.C. All right, made it to our first stop here in D.C. These are the next few stops we'll have to make. Charge up a little bit here. So we have Virginia, North Carolina, South Carolina again, Jacksonville, Florida, and then we'll be at Pop Century, but not too much further. Definitely going to probably stop sometime this evening, maybe in South, maybe even Georgia, maybe. And then we'll make our way into Florida tomorrow morning. Yeah, so not too bad so far. I think we've been driving for, let's see, what time is it now? 11:30. Say probably about 3 hours or so, 2.5, something like that. But not too bad. Traffic hasn't been bad. There's been a few spots that have been a little bit backed up, but so far it's been pretty smooth. I might charge a little bit extra here because with the Tesla car, kind of just budgets how much you're supposed to charge per location to be the most efficient. So I might juice it up a little bit extra and then make my way on. And next stop will be in Virginia. All right, made it to the Virginia Supercharger. So next stop will be in North Carolina. So not too bad. It was a pretty long stretch of road. That drive hit a little bit more traffic, but not too bad. But we'll be here for looks like another 10 to 15 minutes. And then we'll be stopping in North Carolina, 2 stops in South, and then the final will be in Jacksonville, Florida. But probably will stop before then, probably stop before I get to Florida, because it's projecting me to probably be around Florida, probably around like midnight or so, maybe a little bit earlier. But yeah, we'll see what time we'll get there and what time we'll stop. And then here's a look at the rest of the stops we have. So we have North Carolina, the 2 South, Jacksonville, Florida, and then let's say if we continue driving straight through, it should be at Pop Century at 3:12 in the morning, but it seems a little too late to get there for me, or too early, depending on how you look at it. All right, made it over to North Carolina stop. Went and got myself some Burger Kings and chicken fries. Just waiting up for the charge to finish up a little bit more. But looking at this right now, it is 5:12. The next stop will be in Florence, South Carolina at 7:02. So about another 2 hour drive. Another 2 hours from the 2.5 hours from there will be at Ridgeland, South Carolina. And that'll be about like 9:40. Yeah, so we'll see if I want to stretch it to Georgia maybe tonight. That might be a good starting spot for tomorrow morning to finish up the drive. Don't be too long, maybe a couple hours, maybe 6 hours or so. But we'll see. All right, made it into South Carolina. Did pass on the border, couldn't get the camera out quick enough, but it's always cool seeing that sombrero, knowing that you're like almost there, just halfway. But now stopping in South Carolina, I've actually never been inside of a Buc-ee's before. So this Tesla charger just so happens to be at a Buc-ee's, so I'm gonna go inside, check it out, see if there's anything needed there, how it compares to like Wawa and stuff like that I have back at home. But yeah, it should be about like a 20, maybe if I linger a little bit longer, maybe a 30-minute charge. And we'll push onward. Should be at the next charger by like 10 o'clock. Right now it's 7:17. And then, yeah, we'll see what happens next. So yeah, this place is crazy compared to a Wawa. They have so much stuff. You can buy all these different bags with the little Buc-ee's logo on there. Alright, so I was going to have more of a look around in there, but I was kind of brief scanning it. It's crazy big. There's a lot of people in there. It feels like you're at the Emporium at Disney World. There's just people everywhere. You have souvenirs with the, what is he? I guess he's a beaver, I guess? Whatever his character, whatever he is. Souvenirs with that on it. You have like hunting stuff. You have clothes. You have other like candles. You have a whole lot of stuff in that store. And it's huge too. Like it's a massive gas station. And there's a look out of it right here. That's the whole building. Goes all the way back, all the way down. And then we pan over here. You have all this is all gas for cars. And then the back there is all gas as well. So it's definitely huge. Definitely wish there was more of these around compared to like the Wawas. Because Wawas are great, but they're not as big as this place. And while I was in Buc-ee's, the one that I did end up getting is myself a little iced coffee. It's getting late, starting to get a little bit tired, so I figured get a little extra energy in me. We could continue on, and then I think it might wrap it up soon. I'm not sure if we'll make it all the way to Florida. I was thinking we maybe just head down and spend the night in Florida, but I think definitely Georgia's the way to go. All right, we made it to the edge of South Carolina, about to cross into Georgia. So I'll be staying in Georgia, right about the Savannah area. About, let's see, another 40 minutes from here, so not too far. Probably get there around 11 o'clock. It is 10:30, so we're making pretty decent time. Get some sleep then tonight, and then head on down to Florida tomorrow morning. Probably stop. I think the next stop after the hotel will probably be in Florida, depending on how much charge we have once we get there. But yeah, we'll see the hotel room shortly. All right, good morning. So, waking up at the hotel, got here pretty late, so I didn't really give a tour. Wasn't that great of a hotel. It was kind of dirty looking, but wasn't too bad. But gonna make our way out, and they are offering complimentary breakfast, so I might hit that and then hit the road. And then here's just a quick peek of the rooms. You have that couch there. You have a king size bed, kind of a small TV, but the bathroom ceiling is kind of a little nasty looking. All right, so after checking out that complimentary breakfast, there wasn't really much there. There was like a few bagels, some cereal, so nothing really I was interested in. So I think I'm just gonna head on out, maybe stop at like a Starbucks or a Dunkin' or something like that, get myself some coffee, and then next stop should be Florida. All right, we made it into Florida. In St. Augustine, Florida. Looks like probably about another 2 hours, and then we'll be at Pop Century. I know the Tesla kind of reroutes you for where you should stop and everything like that, but we're gonna get to the destination before we hit like empty on our charge. So it's only giving me directions from here to go to Pop Century, which then I won't have really that much charge left. So I'll definitely stop at one of the chargers closer to the hotel, and then so I'll make one more stop and then I'll be at Pop Century. But so far, not too bad. I mean, it's kind of the car knows exactly how much energy it'll need to get to each stop, and if it doesn't have enough, it'll end up rerouting itself. So it's a pretty nice feature. You kind of don't have to worry too much, especially because there's superchargers everywhere for Teslas. So yeah, it's not too bad, and it's definitely a nice experience to have. You don't have to like worry about am I going to have enough charge to get somewhere. And if you had a gas car, you always have to kind of plan out where to go for gas stations, even though there's gas stations everywhere. But yeah. And then you see here that it does say that we only have 1 more minute until we're good to go. But that's just showing that we'll get to Pop Century, efficiently. However, I'm going to charge this up a little bit extra. And then looking at all these chargers here near Pop Century, I'm thinking I might do this Orlando one real quick before we, get to our destination, because I'm going to be leaving the car for a little bit, so don't want it to run out of charge on me. So I'll probably do that one, top it off a little bit, and then make our way to the hotel. All right, made it to Orlando. Final little charge up before we make our way over to the hotel. So it looks like just about 13 minutes away. I know, about a street over, you could see the balloon from Disney Springs. But right down the road, pretty much, it will be there shortly. So this is where we're charging currently. And then there's Pop Century right over there, so not too far. And then you have Disney Springs right there. So just about there. Can't wait to finally be there after this long journey across all these states. Probably about, maybe I want to say 20 hours of driving or so. And here's a look at the Animal Kingdom wait time. Is going to be heading in that for a couple hours, and then I'm thinking maybe hit Epcot for the evening, but Navi River at 60, Flight of Passage is 95, Dinosaur I definitely want to get on, which is at 35, the Safari 35, Everest 30, so it doesn't look too bad besides, of course, the Avatar rides, but maybe they'll die down a little bit. Dinosaur went down to now 30 minutes, but yeah, we'll see what the waits are once we get over there. All right, all charged up again. It says we'll be there at 1:21. It is currently 1:09, so let's head on over. All right, so I made it to Pop Century, made it to my room. It was a little bit earlier than it was supposed to be at 3 o'clock. Got here a little bit earlier and the room was ready, so it worked out perfectly as we pulled into the parking lot. So I'm going to finish grabbing stuff out of the car and then make my way over to Animal Kingdom. But as far as traveling with an electric vehicle as a Tesla Model 3 from New Jersey to Walt Disney World, it was actually a very easy process. It was very simple. Go to the chargers, charge it up, tells you where to go, for how long. If you want to juice it up a little bit extra, you could do that. Normally they're in good locations where you could either go to some shops, some food, some drinks, some bathroom. You kind of works out perfectly. But with that being said, time to go to Animal Kingdom, and until next time.